Hello, my Capricorns. How you doing? I hope you're a bunch of happy Cappies this month, July 2019, on the path of true love for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I am your reader today, serving you gay, witch, hidden leaf, village realness, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. How y'all doing? Really good to be here doing this. Almost done with the 12 signs of the zodiac. I started with Aries, went to Taurus, and it would make sense that now here at Capricorn, the sign of hard work and long-term duration, endurance, etc., that I would be ready for this, that I would be, that the journey that got me here got me ready for Capricorn. Romance, I'm not saying that's for you, but let's see if it pops up. So, I have to do this for all of the first 12 zodiacal readings that I'm doing, just so that people, if they're watching this for the first time, kind of get a little bit of how I work. And for those of you that have subscribed and are following along, because I'm having a field day doing this, I know the feedback I've gotten from people has been like, oh my God, that was so funny. That was so much fun. That really helped. Blessed be. That's why I'm doing this, as well as if you'd like to set up a private reading, my info is in the box below. I'm just a hoot. Serenity. In person. All of that aside, here we go. The 3 channels of information, if you like, dimensions of divinity, there are all sorts of different ways to say it, that I work with when I do spiritual counseling and readings. The first one that I work with is the angels, which I use a Doreen Virtue Healing Oracle deck to communicate with them. I am a Virgo, and my connection, also my name is Mark Angelo Lyons, so working with the earth sign sector of archangels, the Urielites, is really they are my order, if you will, but of course I have total access to, well, all of the different archangelic orders. I guess that's the right way to say it. But those are my go-to. That's they're my guys, so to speak. But certainly Michaelites, Gabrielites, Raphaelites, etc. can pop in as needed. They tend to work very much in broad strokes, which is why I read them first in the reading, so that we get sort of a general overview, which all of the cards do. We always start with one card from each of the 3 decks. This one is called The Daughters of the Moon by Fiona Morgan. It is my tarot deck for this. The other 2 are not tarot, classically speaking, more oracle decks. These are the cards through which I communicate with my gods. Now, not the only way I communicate with my gods. I am a mystic from jump. Came out of the womb having visions, I suppose. That's the Pisces moon in me. And I work with a pantheon, and I won't say ever-changing, but an ever-evolving pantheon of 12 Hellenic Olympian gods, the ones you're familiar with, Zeus, Hera, etc. And each of them sit in a throne, if you will, of one of the signs of the zodiac. So even though they switch in and out, they tag in and out of thrones here and there. There are some who never leave their thrones, and Capricorn is one of those. In Capricorn, I have the goddess Persephone, which, if you think about it, yes, earth sign, earth goddess, goddess of spring, but also the journey that she had to take. And really, she's not just the maiden of spring, the goddess of spring. She is the spring maiden, the summer lady, and the queen of the underworld. So that's a journey. Sounds a little Capricornian, huh? A little Saturnian there. So this is the deck I use for that. This deck for the masters, and I'm getting a little bit more comfortable about them. I find it's like talking to people about UFOs, and I'm so not into UFOs. I'm a witch. I've got 4 elements. I've got, as a Virgo, 4 planets, 2nd house, I'm Leo rising. It's sort of like, isn't the normal enough? Do we really need paranormal? I guess you could say the same thing about physics and metaphysics, which I was a metaphysics addict in the 80s and 90s. Now I'm just a mystic again. Yeah. So the masters are those who have graduated from Earth School, lifetime after lifetime, fulfilling their highly individualized curriculum. And you know what? Where the angels are really the celestial ephemeral, they can really see the larger plan and communicate it in broad strokes. And the gods are all about myth and story and psychology and relationships and shadow and light and lead and gold and all of that. The masters walked the planet, probably paid taxes because they ain't new, right? Probably know intimately our situations, particularly on the path of true love, because the path of true love ain't new either. If you look from a reincarnational perspective, Capricorns, you will probably like this, that you've been on the path of true love probably every lifetime, taking the longer journey, gathering what you needed in order to manifest true love in this life consciously, deliberately. We've all had true love relationships in our lives before this one, perhaps. I've had a handful in this one. Again, not always romantic. I could say I have a true love relationship with my mom. I adore my mom. But we had to really go through a lot to get there, a lot of personal healing individually. We were not there to heal each other, although we have been there so to heal each other. That's just an example. And she's a Cancerian, and the moon is in Cancer right now. I'm doing the opposite side, Capricorn, so I'm getting a lot on this. So before, when I was tuning in, because I do, you know, this is my day job. It's not like I go and work at a bank and then I do this. Like, I've been doing this for 21 years. Go to my website, drawingthecircle.com. Just on the first thing, you can start reading about me, about us. About us, it's still about me right now. But I'm eventually going to be bringing in other associates to Drawing the Circle Productions. You'll see I've been doing this for a long time, a very Capricornian journey, though I am a Virgo. So you ready? Good enough preamble? You know who I am? Pentacle t-shirt and purple shinobi hair. Let's tune. I already did this before and I got a nice flavor of Capricorn, so here we go. This feels good. My angels. Particularly the Uralites, can you please give me a one-card overview for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for the month of July 2019? Oh, that's the one. Ooh, enchantment. Ooh, enchantment. Now, not my favorite word in the spiritual metaphysical language, and I'll get to that as to why. They're telling me to pick for all three and then go for it. So my gods, enchantment, you know how I feel about that word. It essentially means something is not what it appears to be, and you know how much us earth signs like that. I said no earth sign ever. My gods. Oh, Persephone. Really, any of the gods that want to contribute to this insight are welcome, because you're in charge. I'm just the radar dish, the transformer, and the speaker. One card, please, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for July 2019. Oh, this feels so sweet. This feels so sweet. The Dreamer. Oh, and you got a kicker. I'm going to take it. Oh, and Sorrow. Oh, beautiful dreamer, cry me a river. Okay, that's them, by the way. I think Hermes is on the turntable today. It's been a very musical day internally. We will look at those, but that's sort of like womp, womp, thwomp, right in the third eye. So then, the Masters. Some elucidation, please. There you are. I feel you. Oh, yeah. Please, one card for Capricorn, just to overview in tandem with the Angels and the Masters information. Woo! Happiness. And they said take the top one. And pain. Well, just like a Capricorn would, why would it be simple and easy? Oh, by the way, I love Capricorns on the whole. W-H-O-L-E, because it's me. Sometimes I have to spell that word. I love them. They're long haul. They're earth signs. They're creative earth. They are the mountain. Virgo is sand, right? Capricorn is the mountain. Cardinal earth. It grows. It's mama. Even though technically Saturn, it's the father. But in that terms of feminine element, earth, things grow on it. Things grow in it. It's a home to different biosystems, all of that stuff. So it's very, very creative in that sense. And I've usually gotten along with Capricorns as long as they had their shit together. It's nothing worse than a Capricorn who's scattered. What they do to themselves alone, it's hard to watch. So really looking at this reading right now, just as I can feel it, though this felt really, 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 really good, I think that's because of this card enchantment, that what we're looking at here might be something that Capricorn, because it has that Saturnian hard work thing, might be putting on a face of things not being as they appear to be. Now, by the way, that's a coping mechanism. That is a psychological coping mechanism. Repress for success, if you will, or don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. Melissa Manchester. That song was prevalent over Gay Pride weekend this past weekend. It's just a funny theme that popped up. We would burst into song and sing it in the middle of the streets of Brooklyn. So that thing of enchantment there, things are not as they appear to be, which this is good. This gives me an opportunity to go into this. Look, I get the word has an enchantment to it. It's an enchanting word. It's a magical word. Oh, it's so some enchanted evening, etc. Something is not as it appears to be. Certainly that can be the mask that we wear as we like, but let's put it this way. Oh, this card is a perfect example. It's a unicorn. Now people are like, oh, it's a unicorn. It's pretty for me, right? What's really there? You know, it's a card, and unicorns don't exist in the third dimension, but what is it? It's 2 tons of muscle with a deadly weapon on its head that can only be tamed by virgins, and where the fuck are you going to find one nowadays, right? See what's real, see what's there. Everything I really needed to learn about witchcraft I learned from Terry Pratchett. Go read Lords and Ladies. Go read go read Carpe Jugulum. It really, the first thing about being a witch is see what's there. See what's there. As much as, yes, we're doing third eye stuff, look past the glamour of things, because things are not as they appear to be. And that is very Capricornian. And I think if I was talking to a Pisces, that information, well, it wouldn't be about Capricorn, it would be about Pisces. That would totally translate itself a different way. Because what's going on here, you've got 2 very interesting tarot cards. Now, this is, this one hasn't come up yet in these readings. This is the Dreamer, Major Arcana card, the Fool. So if you look, she's sort of like looking over the edge, but her eyes are closed and she is dreaming. And that is not a unicorn behind her. That is a horse. But I do think that's an interesting thing there. Oh, look, it's like that. Switch that. This feels like, yes, you are in a place of new beginning, that in this month there is that thing of, I won't go to a dream coming true right now, but definitely there is some stuff keeping you on this side of the cliff, is what they're saying. That there is such a hesitation, there is such an emotional sorrow over the wound of loss. Now, this card, I'm sure you would be familiar with in other decks, the 4 of Cups, with the 3 that have been spilt and the 1 behind that is still left full. That the process of jumping into the new, the Fool, taking the leap of faith while carrying the wounds of loss. I mean, we do it all the time. In particular, this card feels like sorrow. It feels like emotional baggage. It's hard to reach velocity with that going on. So our trust, our fear, all of that comes into question, and I'm feeling that pretty strong here. And I think that's what's indicated that for you, the masters are kind of saying here that there's an opportunity for real happy here. Forever and ever, who knows? Oh, what the hell lasts forever and ever? It doesn't last forever and ever in the third dimension, sweetheart. That's not where we're from. We're from the eternal, which means outside of time, not all of time. That's why true love isn't about an eternal love, a love that exists no matter what the hell's going on in third dimension, because it's not of the third dimension. It is a love beyond this world, if you want to go there. That's very Course in Miracles. To call upon a love beyond this world to heal you, or something like that. If it wasn't Course in Miracles, it's one of the 10,000 Course in Miracles teachers who've spoken about it. And then to see that with that is pain. And look, and with the pain, I always pop up. I don't know why I even do this anymore, why I hold it up, because I always pop the card up in edit anyway. There is a rain cloud over that. So that really indicates the element of water. This is emotional pain. This is heartbreak. But heartbreak, maybe not specifically, because at this point, all of the emotional baggage that may not have been dealt with, and by the way, that's no shade. Everybody's got it. But on this particular issue, it feels like you've been working so hard on other areas, and career is always an issue. Even if, to Capricorns, even if a Capricorn, and this is cliche, but it exists, soccer mom, you know, housewife and all of that, which are a lot of my clients, it's like that is a career. And so many of them put their heart and soul into it, and it can be a little thankless, and that can feel a little Capricorn, right? So there's emotional weight there, that you're carrying this sorrow with you. And I'm not feeling like this is about somebody else, because there are no zodiac cards in this deck so far really feeling this is about you. But they're saying particular, the Capricorn moons have it rough because it's very hard to express. Capricorn sun signs, it will affect their behavior more, where they can work and work it out. But with that card of enchantment, we're going to go in and check on these more, certainly, that it's almost like not just trying to put on a good face, but trying to even trick yourself. And look, I'm all for fake it till you make it to a certain point. But you can't fake running with a broken leg. And I'm not saying you have a broken leg, but thanks guys, very harsh metaphor, but that's the masters for you. Sometimes they speak in broad strokes. I'm going to take a look at this card of enchantment here for the angels. A clarifier, please. Right off the top. Two cards, nature and power. Y'all are getting a lot of cards here. Now the card of power, obviously an enchanted power, and with the card of nature there, it would say, oh, I should go out in nature and seek enchanted power. You lay down for a nap, you wake up, 50 years have passed. Your fey lover laying beside you absconded you and returned you back to the normal timeline, but you're 50 years older. I have issues with the fae. I have it in my blood. Let's just consider it a family matter. That this is about how powerful you are naturally, your natural power, your innate power. This situation, though it may not look at it from the outside, because Capricorn, you are the mountain goat. Slow and steady wins the race. You're climbing up the side of a mountain. This is what your path of true love journey feels like at the moment. It may not always, because eventually you reach tops of mountains. But it's slow and steady wins the race, one step at a time. And the mountain's right here, so you can't get that perspective until you're at the top of the mountain. That will come. But it feels like this is about you empowering yourself, and not like taking on power, but sort of revealing the power that is already yours, innate. And yes, we could call that the power of the spirit, the power of the soul, personal power. But that you have everything that you need to make this dream happen. But that you need to cry some tears, perhaps, to love the part of you that has lost, and let it cry while you act from that place of the witness and the guide, and to parent that, to love that, to hold that in. All right. Or the master's like, clarify. So with that card of the dreamer with sorrow, they want me to cross deck. Usually if there's a question in one of the three decks, I will draw from that deck, but sometimes I will cross deck. Yeah, what is this sorrow about? Let's start there. Let's start with the lead, then we'll move to the gold. What is this about, Masters? One card right on top. Loss. There it is. I can nail it. Woo, Pisces moon. Pisces moon. All right. So I've said this in other videos. I forget which one. Look, we all suffer many, many wounds in this life. There's abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss. I learned that from Matt Kahn. I mean, not like I hadn't experienced all four of them. Some people may never be abused. I haven't met any of them. Some people may never be neglected. Maybe they're not speaking up about it if they did or didn't. I don't know. And some people are just born into codependent patterns. It's an understandable pattern to incarnate into, to learn, particularly if you're walking the path of true love, the different forms of codependence. But the wound of loss everybody has. That's collective, because all that rises falls. And Capricorn, you know that better than most. You know about the cycle. Your planet is Saturn, the Reaper. I mean, he is Chronos, time. So with that being said, can you please give us, my masters, one card of the dreamer? Like, what is this dream? What is this new beginning, this jumping off about? Irresistibility. Oh, you're being sucked off the cliff, Cap. Wow. Okay, so you've got an irresistible force, immovable object. But the good thing is the immovable object isn't really immovable. It just feels that way. That is the emotional pain. So I could even take, if you like, because these are so dualistic, but balanced for an alchemical situation to happen with happiness and pain that you got in the original draw, that I could totally put this happiness card with the dreamer and irresistibility and the Four of Cups with loss and pain. It's holographically clear. It all clicks together. And really, those angels are saying that this is more about power than anything else. And with the card of nature, I'll always say, go stick your feet in the sand. Go camping. Go play through the woods. Get yourself to nature. Put your feet in the grass. That's why I garden here right at my house. I love it. I need it. Earth sign. But this is more, I can feel it. This is about the innate power of the mountain within you, of all that you've learned and all that you've gathered and all of the knowledge you've alchemized into wisdom by climbing up and down that mountain, up one side, down the other, learning from it. That to take a pause, take a break right at the edge of this cliff. And know that the divinity that you are, as well as the divinity that you come from, has got you on this. Really? Cut the cards and look. The wanderer. That they're saying you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to know. My Capricorns, my Eeyores of the zodiac, you may not be able to plan for this one. I know I'm a Virgo. It sucks when that happens. But it is a leap of faith, not a leap of calculation, not a leap of, as I've been saying for years now, if Obi-Wan told Luke, first movie, by the way, I know who your dad is. He's still alive. I'm not going to spoil it that much, but if you do not know that by now, please, children, go watch the right movies. It wouldn't have been a hero's journey, right? That's the larger arc, shocking twist. It's a twist, right? It's a twist. You're not supposed to know, and I know that grinds your gears. It grinds mine too, particularly on the path of true love, because the last thing that you want to do is have your heart broken again or lose. But you have the opportunity to really do some healing here, some emotional healing. Now, look, this type of healing that we're talking about, if you are a pagan, the idea of loving yourself, because I can feel that hardcore for some of you in this. Love myself, love myself. Have that conversation with somebody that's really, really a fun conversation. It's like, I get it, I love you though anyway. Then think of it as embracing the shadow, as emotional alchemy, as emotional exorcism. And I'm working on this book. What I'm talking about is in the book that I'm working on, The Path to True Love. And it's just a part of the cycle. It's part of the path. But you get to choose how you want to do it. And you get to choose the space that you do it in, and the safety, and the people that you share it with. And remember, I work only under the vows of confidentiality. My vows of confidentiality, let's talk something Saturnian, nothing like a Saturnian vow. I vowed to my gods that I would keep every conversation that I have with a client, with a student, anything private like that. I invoke the vow of confidentiality, and I ask them to take it too, particularly in spiritual counseling and readings. Unless they're like, no, everybody can know about it, which is rare, the way I read. If I break that vow, I will lose my skills. So every time I even think about breaking that vow, I keep that in mind. That's the exchange, so that I can see, so that I can tune, so that I can translate from higher dimensional light, wisdom, chi, prana, blah, 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 into something that is truly helpful, not just fascinating. Yes, a lot of spiritual information is fascinating, but is it helpful? Thank you again, Matt Kahn. He's so good. Really check out his site. He's a cool dude. I like him. So that being said, embrace the shadow, do the alchemy, do the work. And if you need help, I know it's hard, Capricorn, but reach out. And remember, you can always do it since you've got this card of enchantment. Since nobody in your life has any idea you're going through this, you've got that enchantment card. If not, reach out to another being in a professional context or a friend context, a confidant, a confidentiality context. Well, then certainly turn to your angels, your gods, your masters, your guides, because I get the irresistibility of the stream, but I almost feel forbidden to go any further into what that dream is. Sorry. Sorry, Capricorn. Why would I make it easy for you? You wouldn't like it if I did, and you probably wouldn't believe me if I did. So for now, remember, this is just 1 month. You got August and September after that too. So for this month, quit your bitching and get to witching. Get to the alchemy, embrace the shadow, do the healing, love what rises, and reach out. That's the overall message. Cool, cool, cool. All right, my darlings, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for tuning in, watching. Check my info underneath. Please like, share, subscribe, all the usual stuff, because I'm fun. And I'm teaching while I'm doing this. As much as I'm a reader, I'm a teacher. So maybe somebody needs the info, right? Who knows? But for now, my darlings, I hope you're happy, Cappies. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.